الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد عيد سعيد يوم فرحان يوم جميل عيد سعيد عيد سعيد يوم جميل يوم فرحان عيد سعيد عيد سعيد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. My dear brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you to another episode in this series of how to teach Al-Qaida Nuraniyah to young children and to those who are interested in learning how to read the Quranic text. And if you do remember, in the last episode we talked about Al-Huruf Al-Mutaharrika, and that is the fourth lesson in the book of Al-Qaida Nuraniyah that talks about the letters with the harakat, the fatha and the kasra and the dhamma. And we said that our target was to teach the child how to read the letters, the Arabic letters with the harakat, and how to combine them and to move between them and to recognize them and recognize their pronunciation as well. And the target was to read in this way: Hamza fatha'a, Hamza kasra'i, a'i, Hamza dhamma'u, a'i'u, ha fathaha, ha kasrahi, hahi, ha dhammahu, hahihu, ayn fatha'a, ayn kasra'i, a'i, ayn dhamma'u, a'i'u, and so on and so forth until we reach the end of this lesson. And we called this manner of reading as reading in hija, to say the letter with the harakah. And we said there is another concept we introduced to the children starting from this lesson, which is the concept of reading without hija. And we demonstrated this like the following: a'i'u, hahihu, a'i'u, hahihu, ghaghighu, khakhihu, qaqiqu, and so on and so forth, to read the final product of adding the harakat to the letters. And we said that it's a must we train the child on this concept, and we mentioned this to him, and we require him and we ask him to read without hijab. And we also said that regarding this lesson, the fourth lesson, we have different approaches depending on the age of the child. But I said that for those children who had never been in or had never studied the harakat, my approach that I tried over the years is that to introduce each and every harakah in separate class, and I trained the child on those harakat separately, and I joined them one by one on different occasions. And I said it's good that we cover the haruf, the letters with the harakat on one session, and then we do revision in the following session to one session, second session, third session, just to make him absorb this concept of adding harakat to the letters. And I showed one video for Fadi for the first time, and he was learning the harakat, and in the last episode I showed how he was learning the fatha with the letters, and he sort of mastered the harakat, the fatha, I mean the huruf with the fatha only: Hamza fatha a, ha fatha ha, ayn fatha a, and we trained on this. So the following session, the first session was introducing the fatha with the huruf, with the letters, and then the second and the following session was only training with the fatha. Then there was another session that I introduced only the kasra and we trained on the kasra until we are sure that he recognized the letters with the kasra. And then there was another session or 2 sessions of practicing the kasra. And then there was also a separate session where I trained him how to add the fatha to the kasra, and he was training on adding the fatha to the kasra. Let me just show you one quick video on this.
نبدأ مع بعض. همزة فتحة همزة كسرة إي مع بعض. لا لازم مع بعض فادي، شوية قليل مع بعض. يلا همزة كسرة همزة كسرة همزة كسرة إي. يلا نعيد من أول. همزة فتحة 1 2 3. همزة فتحة همزة فتحة همزة فتحة مرة ثانية فادي.
همزة فتحة
همزة فتحة همزة كسرة إي إي. يلا مع بعض. ها فتحة.
Okay, now as we were introducing the kasra to the fatha, it was a confusing thing how to move from the fatha to the kasra, and you as a teacher you will realize this. If you teach the haraka or one haraka alone, it becomes like a systematic thing to say it with the fatha, and again when you say it with the kasra it will become easy for the child to predict the letters with the harakat. Now the confusion starts, the difficulty increases once we start to join one haraka to another haraka. Like here we are trying to join the fatha to the kasra, so you will expect a lot of confusion for the child to be able to separate the fatha from the kasra and to join them together between a and e, to move quickly the letter between a and e. So you might expect a lot of mistakes at the beginning, but as you start practicing this in one session on different occasions, the child gets more experience with this. I will show you a quick example.
غاغي غاغي لا غاغي
غاغي.
يلا خا فتحة خاف. يلا خا فتحة. يلا خا فتحة خا فتحة خا خا كسرة خا كسرة خي خاخي.
خاخي.
أيوة أحسنت. يلا قاف فتحة.
So as you can see, Fadi is really struggling with this. He stops a lot. He is processing this thing. He thinks. He is hesitant. So all of these things are happening to the child because it's really difficult to add one haraka to another haraka. Let me show you something here.
دا فتحة. يلا
دال فتحة دال كسرة دادي.
لا دادي.
دادي.
أحسنت. تا فتحة.
تا فتحة.
هنا تا فتحة.
تا فتحة.
أحسنت. تا كسر.
تا كسرة تاتي.
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 أحسنت.
Okay, now this is one of the common mistakes. It's good to talk about it. Fadi was doing it. Now we will ask the child when we join the harakat just to point to the letter with the haraka like this: Hamza fatha a, Hamza kasra e, a e, and we train him to join them to each other. Ha fatha ha, ha kasra hi, ha hi, and we point with our finger as you have seen while I was pointing to the letters, moving with my index finger between the harakat to signal to him that once you read each letter alone, you have to join them with each other. Now, one of the common mistakes that you might come through is to prolong the haraka. is to make it or to give it extra length. So instead of saying ha, he's saying ha, or he. As you know that once the haraka is extended in length, it forms a letter, a complete letter, because we know that fatha, once you increase the length of the fatha, it ends up in alif. The kasra, it will become like ya, and the dhamma, it will become like wow. So it's very important since the very beginning to make this difference in the mind of the child, that this is a haraka, there is no length, or it's a certain length, by demonstrating to him. So once we see that he is increasing the length even a little bit, increasing the length of the haraka, we do not accept this from him. So we have to repeat it first in front of him, so to realize that this is shorter than the one he did. Like Fadi, when he reached here, he said daddy, so he increased the dal, he increased the dal here. Alright, so daddy. So I didn't accept it from him. He said no, you should say daddy, which is in a faster manner. Daddy. Here he said tati, he added to the length. So this is ta with alif, ta, this is ta with alif, it's not ta with haraka, the fatha. So I didn't approve that from him. So I had to repeat it for him and ask him to repeat it again. So that might occur more than one time until the child understands that there is a certain length, he should stick to it. So you have to be patient with that and always repeat it to him that no, this is too long, make it shorter than this, and explain to the child by demonstration, as I did here. So here he was practicing saying the fatha with a kasra. Now we did this over sessions. Each session no more than 10 minutes on different days. So one day 10 session, 10-minute session, the second day and the third day, until he mastered the harakat. And I will show you what becomes after 5 sessions of Fadi. Now he is able to read all the harakat and join them together perfectly. And remember that every time you do this, we are doing this without hijab. After each and every, like here, we are practicing the harakat with hijab, and also there is another round without hijab. Before jumping to the final video, let me show you that we were practicing it without hijab. Like here.
شوف فادي.
Not this one. Yes, here.
إي إي ها هي
عاعي
أحسن
حاحي
يلا
غاغي
أحسنت
خاخي
برافو
قاقي
أحسنت.
So as you can see that without hijab is easier for the child, because once you demonstrate one letter for him, he can go on do all the letters immediately, and it's like following a certain system. Now what you saw at the beginning of the video here, why I am in the 6th lesson here, why am I in the 6th lesson?
حمزة فتحة
بعدين با
با فتحة أبا
با
أبا
ممتاز. يلا همزة فتحة باء. لا نستنى، شوف شلون بدي أعمل، حاول أنت بعدين. همزة فتحة با فتحة با با
همزة فتحة با فتحة با
أبا.
أبا.
ممتاز.
So actually sometimes I do this with certain children. that after finishing, for instance, a certain haraka, the fatha, for instance, and usually I do this with the fathat only, with only the fatha. So the child mastered the letters with the fatha in hija and without hija. I go and do a certain test on lesson 6. You know, lesson 6 is about how to join the letters and form words as well. So I pick up one word like this, and then I point him to this. What is this? I'm trying to prepare him for this lesson and what he is going to see when we reach here and see the words. So I was trying to see, is he able to recognize the letters while inside the word with the fatha, for instance? And yes, he did. You know, I just pointed him, what is this? He said hamza fatha. And what is this? He said ba fatha. Now it was difficult for him to join a, ba alone. I had to demonstrate for him. And then we picked 2-3 words only with the fathat, like this, hamza fatha a, kha fatha kha, just to make sure that he can recognize the letter inside the words with the fatha. You can do this to pick 2-3 words once when you do one haraka on each session. But it's not necessary to do all the words and all the harakats. Now let's go back and I will show you another video what become of Fadi.
يلا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نعمل مراجعة في البداية. فادي نبدأ من عند حرف الضاد. ضاد فتحة، تفضل.
ضاد فتحة ضاد، ضاد كسرة ضي، ضادي، ضاد ضمادو، ضاديدو،
ضاديضو،
ضاديدو.
اللام، أحسنت.
لام فتحة لا، لام كسرة لي، لالي، لام ضمالو، لاليلو.
So you can see now that Fadi has really mastered the harakat and he knows how to do them. And I only followed them this manner, just 10 minutes a day, introducing the first haraka, fatha, and then practicing it for another 2 days, and then introducing the kasra and practicing, and then introducing the dhamma and practicing, and join them all together on one session. And also every time I do it with hija and without hija. I don't want to, I have so many videos, as you can see, everything I'm recording here, and it's titled what I'm doing on this session, but all of them are on different days. Now the child has done the job, he mastered the harakat, he can move between them easily. What I do to make sure that he can differentiate between the harakat, I start pick up letters randomly for him. Like I point to this letter, what is this? He should tell me this is U. He gives it to me without hijab. I point to here, he should say she. So I make this like a game. I will just show you what I'm doing here.
سوف نلعب لعبة أنا وأنت يا فادي. نحط إصبعي على الحرف وأقول لك ما هذا الحرف، مثلا هنا تقول لي أ.
I'm explaining to him what I'm requiring from him, that I want to point to a letter, and then he tells me what that letter is with haraka. Let's see.
أحسنت، برافو عليك. أحسنت.
Because I introduced the game to him for the first time, so I just picked the letters with fathat, and then I picked the letters with kasra, and then I start randomizing between them, like here.
أحسنت. يلا الآن بدنا نعمل مرة فتحة مرة كسرة. تنشوفك فادي شاطر، تفضل. هنا. يلا.
فتحة.
لا، بدون هجاء. ع. يلا. غي لأنه معها كسرة. أحسنت. أحسنت.
خي خي
خي، برافو عليك، صح.
So I started randomizing things, choose between fatha and kasra. That was, we did the first game with the fatha and the kasra. I did this after each and every revision. I go on and pick up letters. Now when we have covered the fatha and the kasra and dhamma, I start randomizing between them. And you can do this. You can choose anything then before moving to the next class or the lesson, which is the Dars al-Khamis, the 5th lesson, to make sure that now he absorbed the harakat. You go and do this test and start picking one time is the fatha and then move to the another one, the dhamma, and then back to the kasra and move between the letters to make sure that now he has no mistakes whatsoever in recognizing the letters with the harakat. Now, الدرس الخامس, the 5th lesson, الحروف المنونة, الحروف, the letters with tanween, and then التنوين. What is التنوين? It is the fathatain and the kasratain and the dhammatain. Tanween literally means adding noon at the end of the word. Noon in pronunciation, but not in writing, in spelling. So this is called tanween, and it is expressed in 2 fathas and 2 kasras and 2 dhammas. Now the target of this lesson is to read the letters with the tanweens, like this. Mim fathatain man, mim kasratain min, man min, mim dhammatain mun, man min mun, ba fathatain ban, ba kasratain bin, ban bin, با ضمتين بن 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 واو فتحتين ون واو كسرتين ون 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 واو ضمتين ون 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 ون. Now that is in hija, and without hija, fan fin fun, than fin thun, than thin thun, ظن ظن ظن, zan zin zun. So this is in hija and without hija, and we shall follow the same way of teaching this lesson that we did with lesson 4 with the harakat. So we pick up the fathatain and we train the child with all the letters with fathatain, mim fathatain man, ba fathatain ban, waw fathatain wan, fa fathatain fan, and we trained him with the fathat. Once he masters the fathatain, so we give it on one session. The second day, the third day will be like a revision until we are sure that he managed and learned all the letters with the fathatain. And as we said, always with hija, we do the whole lesson with hija, and then we go back and we do it without hija. Man, ban, wan, fan, then, and so on and so forth. Now, at the next session, when we introduce the kasratain, we teach him and we train him on doing the letters with the kasratain. Mim kasratain min, ba kasratain bin, waw kasratain win, fa kasratain fin, and all the way until we finish all the letters. And we practice on 2 different occasions, and then we give another session to practice the fathatain with the kasratain. All these sessions no more than 10 minutes. No more than 10 minutes. So a different session on joining the fathatain with the kasratain. Mim fathatain man, mim kasratain min, man min, ba fathatain ban, ba kasratain bin, ban bin, and so on and so forth. And then another different a separate session on dhammatain, mim dhammatain mun, ba dhammatain bun, and so on and so forth until we finish the harakat with hija and without hija. I will show you another video, the first time introduced to Fadi, the mim or the fathatain.
درس جديد يا فادي. الدرس الخامس. لا، ضع اصبعك اليمين. الدرس الخامس.
الدرس الخامس.
هكذا الدرس الخامس.
الدرس الخامس.
أحسنت. الحروف المنونة.
الحروف الملونة.
المنونة.
الملونة.
التنوين.
التنوين.
فتحتين.
فتحتين.
كسرتين.
كسرتين.
ضمتين.
ضمتين.
يلا. ميم فتحتين من. ميم فتحتين من.
ميم من.
ميم فتحتين. يلا قل ميم فتحتين. حط اصبعك. ميم فتحتين.
ميم تين.
So, as you can see, the first time I introduced the fathatain or the tanween, he wasn't even able to say fathatain. He is used to say fatha. Fathatain means two fatha. So it was difficult for him to say the letter and to say fathatain after that. So immediately he couldn't say it. So I was asking him to say mim fathatain man. Now I changed it immediately and said, okay, let me teach him how to say the fathatain. So I was asking to say, for instance, mim fathatain, ba fathatain, waw fathatain. So once he learned how to say the fathatain, then I started asking him to say the letter and what it will come if we add the fathatain to that letter. Let's see together.
ميم فتحتين.
ميم فتحتين.
أحسنت. با فتحتين.
با فتحتين.
So it wasn't long before he started learning how to say the fathatain with the letters.
واو فتحتين.
واو فتحتين.
ممتاز. عندنا فتحتين، فتحة هون وفتحة هون. يلا. فا فتحتين.
فا فتحتين.
ثا فتحتين.
ثا.
أيوة.
ثا فتحتين.
ذال فتحتين.
ثا.
نعم.
ذال فتحتين.
ارفع صوتك. يلا.
So now once I'm sure that he knows how to say the fathatain, now I introduce to him how to say the fathatain with the letters and what that letter will become. Let's see.
ميم فتحتين من.
من.
أيوة. ميم فتحتين من.
ميم فتحتين من.
أحسنت. با فتحتين بن. يلا. با فتحتين بن.
با فتحتين بن.
أحسنت. واو فتحتين ون.
واو فتحتين ون.
فا فتحتين فن.
فا فتحتين فن.
ثا فتحتين ثن.
ثا فتحتين ثن.
ذال فتحتين ذن.
ذال فتحتين ذن.
يلا. ظا.
ظا فتحتين ظن.
ظن. برافو عليك. يلا. زا.
ذا فتحتين زن.
So Fadi could predict by reaching the fourth line, by reaching Va. So we did like 6 letters, almost 6 letters, yes. Let's see. So he was repeating after me with the mim and ba, and the second is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters he was repeating after me. When we reach here, I stopped. I said only dha, and he said dha fathatain dhan, and then he moved to here and he was able to say it alone, za fathatain zan, and with the rest of the letters. So after we did this, we went back and we did them without hija. Man, ban, one. As I said, this is always we have to do this. I will show you another letter to see how he is doing now with the fathatain.
الدرس الخامس. التنوين. ميم فتحتين من.
ميم فتحتين من. با فتحتين بن.
واو. واو فتحتين ون. فا. فا فتحتين فن. ثا فتحتين رن. عفوا نون. نون فتحتين نن. لام. لام فتحتين لن.
So here we are doing without hija.
زن. طن. ظن. زن. سن. صن. تن.
Okay. And then, so we practiced this, then we did it, then we moved to the kasratain. And we did on this on a separate session, the kasratain. I will show you.
ده بالكسرة. يلا ميم كسرتين من.
ميم كسرتين من.
با كسرتين بن.
با كسرتين بن.
واو كسرتين ون.
واو كسرتين ون.
يلا فا. فا كسرتين.
فا كسرتين فن.
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 فن. ثا كسرتين.
فا كسرتين ثن.
ثن. ثن صح. ذا الكسرتين.
ذا كسرتين ذن.
أحسنت. الضاء كسرتين.
Notice what I'm doing. Before I ask him to do this, I'm reminding him what he's going to say. So I'm saying the name of the letter with the kasratin. I'm saying like ba kasratin. I'm stopping to make him repeat and tell me what will make with the kasratin. Dha kasratin. Then I say za kasratin. Then sad kasratin. So I'm just bringing to him, to his mind, what is going to say. Let's see here.
كسرتين جن.
صح. كاف.
كاف. كاف كسرتين كن.
أحسنت.
بابا معنا.
Okay, more here.
قاف فتحتين قن.
قاف كسرتين.
See, he say qaf fathatain. This is what I'm saying, that sometimes he forgot. Sometimes the child forgets what he is doing, the fathatain or the kasratain. That's why before starting I say to him qaf kasratain, for instance, which is reminding him that now you are doing the kasratain, until this confusion is over.
قاف كسرتين قن.
أحسنت. خاء.
خاء كسرتين خن.
خن. غين. غين. غين.
غين كسرتين غين.
أحسنت.
But you can see now that Fadi is able to do the kasratain. Okay, another video. Okay, that was the last one. That was the last one. We did it, yes, yesterday. That was yesterday. We did it yesterday. Okay. All right. So just to sum up what we said, that again, we are saying that you do each tanween separately, and then you join it to the second one, and you practice with them until you reach your target, which is to do the tanween, all the tanweens, the fathatain and kasratain and dhammatain. He can do them, and he can recognize them randomly, even by pointing to and picking up certain letters with certain tanween, asking to say what that letter is with the tanween, to make sure that now he knows how to distinguish them. and to differentiate between them. Now, once the child has mastered this lesson 5 and lesson 4, and you always before starting any session do a quick revision like 2 minutes by for instance asking him to read 2-3 lines in hija and the rest without hija, and here is the same. Once we are sure that he knows the letters with the harakat and the tanween, he is now ready, the child is ready to read and combine words and to read the lesson 6 as well. Inshallah, next time we will be discussing lesson 6 and how to introduce it to the child and what are the challenges that we might face in getting him combine the letters with each other to form complete words, inshallah. And that will be the first time that your child will be able to read complete words, inshallah, and it will be a very powerful moment, as I believe, for you and for him, when you see your child is able to read full words, starting with words in 3 letters word, and then moving like to 4 letters words, and then to longer words, and then inshallah connecting words, and then finally sentences. So alhamdulillah, this is all we got for today about lesson 4 and lesson 5. Inshallah, I welcome all your suggestions or your comments, any questions, please post them under this video. And if you like this video, please click like and subscribe to this channel to receive inshallah new episodes in future. That's all for today. Thank you very much. This is your brother Omran Zrikat, and I'll see you next time. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
جمعا ما تزال